All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to week. All right, good evening, everybody, and welcome to week number 6. That is right, week number 6 of your 9449 class, which is your business reference class. As always, I'm your professor, Dr. J.S.K. Austin, and as usual, what we're going to do is we are going to do a state of the course update, and then we are going to talk about last week's worksheet. So let's go ahead, and this won't be a long one. Frankly, and I just turned 40 over the weekend, this past weekend. So happy birthday to me. But I don't know. For those of you who are already in your 40s, I don't know what's going on, but I hope it's just mental. But like since I turned 40, like I can't sleep and my body is like all kinds of sore. I don't know what's going on with that. I wasn't able to sleep last night. I was able to catch up on some sleep today. But I don't know what's going on, y'all. But anyway, enough about me and that. That's just to say I am going to keep this kind of short because, I think I might need some rest or something. But having said that, let's go ahead and talk about week number 6 very quickly. So week number 6, this is going to be actually, I'm going to pause for a second. Okay, so let's go ahead and first look at what we've got to do. We actually do not have this week anything other than the worksheet and the discussion prompt that are things that you have to do that we do on April the 30th, which is this coming Sunday. So thankfully, I would say that thankfully that is the case. You all will, again, not have to do anything. You got to do your readings and you got to do your worksheet and you got to do your discussion prompt. But outside of that, you really don't have any other types of special assignments that are due this week. And hopefully you'll be able to get through your readings this week rather quickly, in which case you can use remaining amounts of your time to work on your business plans. And I do want you to also keep in mind that next week, week number 7, actually is a business plan week. So what's going on with next week is that, there we go. What's going on next week is that, you're basically going to be using this week as more so a working week. You do have some readings here, but you can kind of just skim through these readings. This U.S. Small Business Administration, How to Write a Business Plan. You probably want to review that. We do have a business plan for dummies type book that is available through Mizzou's library, and you can kind of look through that, skim through that to see if you get any ideas and information. And then also the B Plans 500 free business plan examples. So you got that going. You do have an optional reading, but again, it's optional. And then you don't really have any hard assignments that are going to be due next week either. You do have the Net Advantage worksheet and you do have a discussion board prompt, but you won't have anything else to turn in, be it papers or a special discussion prompt like we had back in week 5. So that's pretty much how that is going. I do want you all to take advantage of next week to really just work on the business plan. Don't consider it a week off unless you really have already made substantial progress on the final. But if you have not made substantial progress on the final yet, then again, just keep in mind that you can delegate tasks next week. That is one thing I would recommend you all do. And then also you can just kind of work together, look at resources and that sort of thing next week. And the Net Advantage worksheet, Net Advantage kind of already operates like some of these other databases that you've already looked at. Okay, so I don't want you all to get into Net Advantage and think you're just fish out of water. Excuse me. Net Advantage, again, it's very similar to some databases that you've already worked within. And so I don't think that it's going to take you all too much time to actually complete your Net Advantage worksheet. Okay. And then week 8, you'll still be working on your final throughout week 8, but also during week 8, that's when you're going to be exposed to some of your tax research, because taxes are also something that BRAS lists as a competency for library school students. So I had to include a module on that. But again, I made it the last module because I feel that that's the least important of the things that we cover in here, in part because, again, and I've said this before, but I'll say it again, that librarians typically are not allowed to give tax advice. And you'll probably be instructed of that, especially if you get a public library job. You're probably going to have somebody tell you, a superior tell you that tax advice and legal advice are two things that you're really not supposed to be giving at the reference desk, okay? And there are going to be patrons who ask you for it, but you just kind of have to stay disciplined most of the time. If you do feel comfortable fielding a tax or a legal question due to previous experiences that you have, that's on you, but just know that you or your library might be liable if you do that. All right. So that is pretty much it for the state of the course update. The information that you are going to be reviewing this week with investments and stock information, hopefully in addition to just being helpful information for potential business librarianship careers, I also hope that that's just something that you all in your personal lives can also benefit from, because I don't invest. My dad does. I'm scared to. I'm a little chicken shit, honestly, but my dad invests, and it's a smart thing to do. So for those of you who do it, if you know how to do it savvy, then by all means continue doing it. There's nothing wrong with there's nothing wrong with having your hand in the cookie jar, because there is plenty of dough up in that cookie jar. That's how I'm going to keep it. Okay. Cookie dough, money, dough. All right. Let's see. So we're going to go ahead and review our worksheet, and that should take me about 5 minutes. This should be a video that's about 13 minutes long. Hold on. Oh, by the way, before we even get into reviewing last week's worksheet, I did want to say that your worksheet for this week, which is your Yahoo Finance worksheet, that one I hope you're going to have fun with. So Yahoo Finance is actually free. There is like a premium Yahoo Finance tier that you have to pay for, but Yahoo Finance in and of itself is free, and it's a very, very useful resource. And just because something is free and available over the web without a login, just because something is free does not necessarily mean that it's bad. In fact, there is a lot of great information that's available for free over the web that you don't have to log in for, and you don't have to be a member of a library for. And so Yahoo Finance is one of those things. Business librarians use Yahoo Finance all the time, so don't feel ashamed about using Yahoo Finance because it's not a quote-unquote database. It actually is a very useful tool to have in your toolbox. Okay. And again, I hope you all have fun actually doing that worksheet, because I think that Yahoo Finance, I think using that can actually be fun once you get the hang of it. But anyway, let's go ahead and review last week's worksheet. All right. So our first question is, go to the Bureau of Labor Statistics website and find the most recent median annual wages for librarians and media specialists. Listed on the site. How did you find that information? This is something that shouldn't take you too long. So Bureau, I could spell. There we go. All right. Bureau of Labor Statistics, bada bing. We'll put that there. And actually, there are ways to go the long way to find this information, but let's not be extra. So you can actually just copy and paste this in here. Let's see what happens. I'm missing my S. That's okay. Yeah. Ooh. Hold on. What do we have here? What is this? Okay, there we go. That's what I wanted. Okay. So as you can see here, it is the median pay is $61,190 per year, or $29.42 per hour. Some of you had 61,180. I don't know where you got that, but I mean, whatever. I was surprised that more than one of you had that, because it seems like it's just a typo. So I hope you're not sharing answers. You're not supposed to be doing that. But given that, again, it is $61,190 per year, not $61,181 per year. If you did find something that reveals a figure of 61,180 and you didn't get that from a classmate, then just let me know, and I'll make note of that. But yes, this is the answer that you all should have had. And again, if you put 61,180, I did accept it because I just assumed it was a typo, but I was expecting only one person to give me that. So when I had more than one person give me that, I was like, So, don't try to pull a fast one on Dr. Jace, please. All right, let's get to the next question. All right, so our next one is locate the 2020 census response rate map, going to this website here, which is on page 95 of your textbook. And what state had the highest percentage of self-responded census responses? So let's do that. That URL that we are looking at here is going to be census this. Okay, God, Google be just tracking people, man. Okay, so it's going to be this. And again, what I said was that this was hint a data tool. So we're going to find data tools. And so the way to find data tools, if we go to data and maps, you will see data tools and apps is here. We're going to click that. All right, and then we're going to scroll down until we find that here it is, 2020 census response rate map. Okay, and then if we click that, we are brought here, and let's go ahead and get in here. Come on. All right, so we're looking at this, and what we need to do actually is kind of just look. So you kind of have to go through the numbers and see which number is the highest, because I'm not actually able to, and I wish you were able to just default this into sort this here, but you're not. So what you're going to have to do is just scroll down and see if you can find the proper answer. So if you look, most of them are in the 60s. You do have some in the 50s. Including Alaska, which doesn't surprise me, given how rural Alaska is. It's actually pretty hard to access a lot of areas in Alaska. But anyway, so we scroll down, and we know that these 60s aren't going to be it because we've got some in the 70s. So let's focus on our ones in the 70s, and then we scroll and we scroll, and we see that Minnesota has this 75, which a lot of these ones in the 70s are like 70 and 71. So let's see if we have one that beats 75. And it doesn't look like we do. It looks like our next one is going to be 72, which is Washington State, and then Wisconsin is almost there as well. So really it does look like Minnesota is the correct answer, and that is the answer that I had. So most of you got that one right. There were a few of you who got that one wrong. You just need to have enough patience to actually find the right answer in this case, but it is Minnesota. All right, so let's look at question number 3. And question number 3 is going to be visit the St. Louis Fed, find COVID research, and what is the first COVID-19 research, and what is the first result or link that comes up when you select recent research by topic. So we're going to do this time is, hold on, that's not where I want to be. All right, let's get it back in. So research stlouisfed.org, put that in here. And what was our question again? Our question was find COVID-19 research, and what is the first result when you do that? So research and publications, when you're told to find some sort of research, then if you have a tab for research, that's where you want to go, and that's the case here. So research and publications, COVID-19 research. All right, and then what we get is, let's do recent research by topic, because again, we've got this here. So what's the first result link that comes up when you select recent research by topic? I'm going to do recent research by topic, and it's going to be this one, comparing the COVID-19 recession with the Great Depression. So that's your one right there. Some pretty cool research there, I would think, actually. And so there you go. And it is, again, I think it's pretty cool having that research there that will compare what we went through during that recession with what we went through during the Great Depression. Or not what we went through, because we weren't around, but you know what I mean. And then finally, question number 4. Visit the URL for county business patterns, find CBP tables, find 2019 CPB ocean economy table. So let's go back here. And again, we've got county business patterns. So in this case, it's going to be census.gov, program surveys, programs, surveys, and then it's going to be cbp.html. So it's going to be this one here. All right, and then when we're brought here, again, what we're going to do is we're going to come over here. Man, I did go with 13 minutes. I apologize, but oh well, I hope you sped this up. CBP tables. So we got to find that. And, all right, so we're here, and then if we go to data, then we have CBP tables right here. And once we're in, again, what we'll be looking for, find 2019 CBP, CBP Ocean Economy Table. So let's see, where is that going to be? 2019 Ocean Economy Table, right there. All right, and we see our 5 territories are right here: Puerto Rico, Guam, American Samoa, the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands, I'm sorry, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. I totally butchered that one. To anyone who is from the Mariana Islands, I apologize for that butchering, but I think I corrected myself. But that is your answer right there. Those are the 5 U.S. territories, okay? And so that is it for that worksheet. So that's that. I don't know what else to say other than, yes, so again, that's you will be at times looking for statistics, but in my experience, that's not something that you're tasked with finding often in regular day-to-day reference librarianship, be that on the academic or the public level. However, that's one reason why you may want to know that these tools exist, because somebody will likely come to you with this question at some point. And so if you haven't seen that before, then it's going to catch you off guard. If you have seen it before, then yes, even if it's been a while since you've seen it, you will at least know that it exists, hopefully, and you can work from there. So that is it. Let's go ahead and stop this before we hit 17 minutes. And again, next week, you're going to have more so a working week for your finals. So that is that. With that said, I am Dr. Jace, and I am saddened by the loss of Harry Belafonte, but hope that he is in a better place. Y'all take care, and I'll see you next week.